along with Holly. In today's advocacy presentation, I'll be addressing the topic of queer conversion therapy. Alright, before we go into the presentation, I want to emphasize that this is a safe space. The content that we'll be discussing can be triggering or sensitive for some, so please feel free to step out of the room if needed. Let's begin by understanding what queer conversion therapy is. It's more than just a term. It's a controversial and widely discredited practice designed to alter an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity. Originating in the mid-20th century, these interventions have drawn criticism from medical, psychological, and human rights communities. In the past, conversion therapy was the preferred treatment for individuals disclosing same-sex attractions or displaying gender nonconformity. Allow me to emphasize a crucial point. It's not therapy, it's abuse. This sentiment is echoed by every major medical and mental health organization today. None of these reputable institutions endorse the use of conversion therapy, deeming it ineffective in altering sexual orientation or supporting any attempt to change one's gender identity. The harmful repercussions of conversion therapy are extensive: feeling of shame, anxiety, depression, and even thoughts of self-harm. The methods employed in conversion therapy range from talk therapy to shock and hormonal treatments, all of which are extremely harmful to individuals. Now let's shift our focus on the global impact and UNICEF's stance on LGBTQ+ rights. UNICEF, as the United Nations Children's Fund, holds a pivotal role in fighting the rights and well-being of children and adolescents across the globe. UNICEF is committed to fostering a world where vulnerable populations, especially LGBTQ+ youth, who are often particularly susceptible to the effects of conversion therapy, and prioritize inclusivity, protection, the well-being of youth, regardless of their background and identity. The critical aspect of legal frameworks and human rights. Across various international human rights instruments, including the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, practices that erode an individual's dignity, autonomy, and the fundamental right to be free from torture or any form of cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment are condemned. It is within this context that we recognize the significant role of international legal frameworks in challenging and combating practices that undermine the very essence of human rights. Now let's turn our attention to an insightful infographic depicting the legal landscape of conversion therapy across different countries as of 2023. Regions where conversion therapy is deemed illegal is marked in green, those with limited or indirect prohibition is highlighted in orange, and areas where it remains legal is presented in purple. This provides a comprehensive snapshot of the global stance on conversion therapy, revealing the varying degrees of legal recognition and prohibition in different regions. As we examine this visual representation, it becomes evident on how legal frameworks intersect with the broader conversation around the ethics and acceptance of queer conversion therapy on a global scale. Let's now consider the account shared by Santin Kusari, the president of Malvera Foundation and a dedicated advocate for LGBTQIA rights in India. Mr. Kusari recounts a distressing case involving a 14-year-old boy who disclosed his sexual orientation to his family only to face severe repercussions. Quote, "They took him to a psychiatric faculty and he was continuously subjected to shock treatment. He was also given hormonal tablets so that his sexual orientation could be switched from a homosexual person to a heterosexual individual. When I met this boy, I found that he looked too old for his age and he almost looked like a grown-up man. And that's when he told me this entire incident about shock treatments and hormonal tablets," unquote. This heartbreaking narrative sheds light on the grim reality faced by some individuals within our community, underscoring the urgent need for change and advocacy in the realm of LGBTQ rights. Now, let me share a personal aspect of my journey. At the age of 16, I took a courageous step in revealing my sexual orientation to my traditional Indian parents. Fortunately enough, my coming out experience unfolded with love and understanding support from my parents, which was different from the challenges encountered by many grappling with similar conversations. The experience has cultivated within me an appreciation for the significance of nurturing acceptance and fostering open dialogue within families and communities, ensuring the safety and well-being of LGBTQ children and youth. In times of crisis, or if you have concern related to self-harm, it's crucial to reach out for support. You can do so by calling the toll-free number 988 for those seeking free peer support, especially if you're youth aged 26 and under. The lesbian, gay, bi, and trans youth line is also available. These helplines are invaluable resources, providing a lifeline for those in need and ensuring that support is accessible around the clock. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, and assistance is available whenever it's needed. And that's it for the advocacy. I hope you guys have the rest of the